Hello and welcome to the Columbia Daily Tribune's Courtside View basketball webcast. This is Tribune sports editor Joe Walljasper along with Tribune basketball beat writer Steve Walentic. Steve, Missouri finishes up its exhibition season with 2 victories. This previous one on Sunday, they beat Missouri Southern 86-60. Got a nice performance from a couple of freshmen. Just got to assess the impact that the freshmen had in that game and whether they're guys who maybe can help them out in the rotation throughout the year.
Yeah, those 2 freshmen, Negus Webster-Chan and Stefan Yankovic, were really the stars of that game. 2 kids who came from the same high school program, both Canadians who played actually in the same AAU program and have known each other a while, and really looked good for Missouri. Negus Webster-Chan got the start because Keon Bell was out with an illness, and obviously Mike Dixon was still suspended. And he really made the most of it. He had 14 points, 5 for 7 from the floor, made a couple of threes. I think he played 28 minutes and didn't have a turnover, and even played some point guard in there without Dixon or Bell in the lineup when Pressey sat. He was the guy to bring up the ball. He's a guy that I know the coaching staff really loves his versatility. That was one of the things that sold Tim Fuller on him when he was recruiting him way back and when he was an assistant at Louisville. He's 6'7", but played the point guard in high school, and they think he can be a guy who can knock down some shots on the perimeter. They're expecting him to play some minutes for them, particularly early in the year, because Jabari Brown is not available until December, and there's some opportunity there on the wing. And he looks, even though he didn't get to work with the team this summer because he was ruled eligible late, he seems like he's made the most of this early opportunity and turned some heads, and I think he's going to play. Maybe a little more surprising was what Stefan Yankovic did. He's a guy who's been working out at power forward, which you would expect when you look at him. He's 6'11", tallest guy on the roster, but he played small forward against Missouri Southern because without Bell, without Dixon, that they had a lack of bodies on the wing, and I think based on the way he played, had a game-high 20 points, made a couple of threes, I believe 3 threes, was able to drive the ball to the basket. Offensively, he's a really skilled guy, and I think he maybe has changed Frank Haith's picture of where he fits in. It's going to be interesting to see where they decide to use him. He's a guy I thought could have been a redshirt candidate, and maybe still could be, because he's not really strong enough right now to help in the post. But I don't know. He's also now part of a crowded picture on the wing when they do get all these guys back.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because when Mike Anderson was here, he kind of promoted the value of playing basically everybody on your roster and playing them all in spurts and play until you drop, and then the next group comes in. And then really last year with Frank Haith, by necessity maybe, you kind of saw the value of playing an 8-guy rotation because everybody quickly kind of learns their roles, are very defined, and has plenty of chances to get comfortable. So I don't know if Frank Haith looks at that and says, well, that works so well, I kind of like the idea of an 8-man rotation, or if he is willing to expand it to 10 or whatever. But I think these first few games, assuming you're not going to redshirt these kids, is a chance to experiment if you're going to experiment. They had these 3, and then they go. You would probably shorten your bench when you go play in the Battle for Atlantis, but then you could expand it again. They have another stretch of kind of weaker opponents at home. So I think that's your chance to figure out if you want to do it. Without knowing too much about him, I would say if you're 6'11" and can make 3-pointers, you probably could help a team out, because whether you're open or not, you're open because nobody's going to block your 3-pointers.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
No question. And I think you also look at what this team has, and they don't have a lot of proven perimeter threats right now. And the coaches will tell you, the players will tell you, he's one of the best shooters on the team. The question is he going to be nimble enough to guard a 3-man? I think ultimately they'd still like to use him more often at the 4, but is he strong enough right now to guard it in the post?
Well, Kim English did it last year, and he mostly played on the outside offensively too, so I think you could do it in this system.
True. I mean, the system that they're running is a 4-out system. But I think, Kim English got by with what he did defensively with a lot of savvy, and I don't think a true freshman has that same level of savvy. Obviously, he's got more size than Kim, but he could get pushed around with where he's at right now. Strength-wise, I know that's going to be the big thing with him going forward is, are they able to get him stronger? Maybe he does fit. I mean, some of the players said they think his natural position is really the 3. He's a guy who faced up a lot in high school, and at prep school and in AAU, and is really skilled. It's just they were short there on Sunday, but they have a lot of options on the wing. When you look at Mike Dixon, Keon Bell, Ernest Ross, Negus Webster-Chan will play, and then Jabari Brown. You'd run out of minutes pretty quickly. So where does he fit in? I think they are still figuring that out. But you come out and score 20 points the way that he did. He obviously turned some heads and is making people think about what his future is going to be.
All right. Well, tune in next week, and we'll discuss that SIUE opener and look forward to Missouri's future games against Nicholls State and Alcorn State. All right. Here we go. All right. Hello and welcome to the Columbia Daily Tribune's Courtside View. Okay, here we go.
Hold on.